Yeah, right here.
We are officially live.
Okay, so is it on? There's nothing. That's like a picture of here. Why am I not? Can they see me?
Yeah, they can see you.
Oh, so we're on? All right, cool. Woo! Welcome to the Monkey Trap. As I promised a couple of days ago, we are going to do a little Q&A. Some of it's live, and some of it is based on the comments that were sent in over the last 3 or 4 days. And some of them we can't get to because they're really idiotically stupid. So I'm not going to do those. And then some of them we can't get to because, I used to have contracts, and now I have even bigger contracts that says I can't say bad things about my other contracts, if you know what I'm saying. Wink, wink. Okay, so.
Do you want to give like a little spiel about the room that you're in right now, what the whole monkey trap is?
Oh yeah, okay. So for those of you that don't know, I'll give you a little down low on it. This is the Monkey Trap, and this is where I'm going to be having some fun and doing some different things. Everything from a normal style interview podcast thing to doing Q&As and talking about what's going on. A little more in-depth look into things that I'm into, whether it's jewelry or tennis shoes or clothing or like right now I'm redoing the floors of my house. You know, it doesn't sound very cool, but it is pretty cool. Oh, you didn't have the light on? Okay, now we're officially on, okay? But behind us here is a sign that used to hang over on Garland Road here, and the other half of it is at the restaurant down on Technology Boulevard. Used to be the Texas Trap, and it was a seedy little place where lots of bikers got in fights and killed each other all through the 60s and early 70s. So sign's got a little history, and we're hoping to make a lot of history here. I'm pretty stoked on it because to be out of my chains and shackles, so to speak, I'm going to have some fun and rip it up. And we're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff. I've got some major announcements coming up over the next 2 weeks. And think garage rehab on steroids. Think maybe getting a chance to come in here and see the private stash of cars and hang out with Richard. Think all kinds of things. It's going to be really bitching. So hang loose, hang tight. Give me 2 more weeks. We got lawyer stuff to do and website stuff to do and all kinds of things to get in line. But we're going to be having a lot of fun. If you're watching this, what are we on? Facebook? YouTube. Okay, I don't know. I mean, they're all the same to me. Social medias in the interwebs.
All right, you want to go ahead?
If you're, hey, whoa, I'm fixing to explain the Solo Cup.
Okay.
So the reason for the Solo Cup is because Miller Lite and I have officially divorced, I guess. They don't want to give me any money to show myself drinking all the Miller Lite beers I've drank over the years. So I'm looking for a good beer sponsor out there. I know that there's a lot of craft breweries, but if you know me and you know that I like Miller Lite, then you know that I like kind of just a dirty, watered-down beer. So that way I can drink a whole lot more of them. So there you go. I put it out there. Shameless plug for a beer sponsor. It's not super expensive, but it does cost a lot of little aluminum cans. All right, so Q&A number 1. This one's going to probably be pretty normal. You know, the normal questions that everybody always asks. And we'll do these from time to time so that we can get more in depth and get more further into Richard's brain. And I'll take you to the far dark corners of what is Richard and Gas Monkey in the Trap. What's up? What we got? What happened to Fast and Loud? Well, I think Fast and Loud got a little quiet and slow. It kind of ran its course. It was a great show for a very, very long time. I'm very proud of it. I created it, and I went out and shot the sizzle reels. I went out and pitched it to the networks, and I got that show sold. And what have you. Contrary to popular belief, the Discovery didn't come and say, oh my gosh, Richard's got this great shop. No, I went after them and pursued them over the course of 8 years. And then they finally approved the show, and promptly within about the first 10 episodes, they declared what geniuses they were for coming up with such a killer program that they didn't come up with. So anyways, Fast and Loud, it's just ran its course, guys. And, the cable viewership is not there anymore. As I've said before, cable's kind of dead. And the streamers and the pluses and the what have yous, those are just a ripoff. They're just trying to get you to watch 55,000 episodes of regurgitated junk. I mean, it's just, don't waste your money. Now, the bigger streamers like, the N and the A and what have you, they've got some cool, serious content coming out, but they're not really doing it in the reality world as much. So I thought it was a good time to step out while we were on top and have a little fun with the interwebs. And this is where we're going to live for a little while. And I think it's going to be pretty bitchin' because it's going to be unhinged and not watched over. And it doesn't have to go through the lawyers and what have you. We get to do whatever the hell we want. Thanks, Chuck Hazy. Where are the monkeys, and were they there just for the show? Okay, I'll take the second part first. The monkeys were sort of here just for the show because the show became life at Gas Monkey once it started going. That's all that mattered. We would make one car at a time. We would buy and sell 2 or 3 cars on the show while we're making that one car. So while they were still employees of Gas Monkey, and we did do, there's a gnat in here, dude. So, and it's in my beer. So while they were still employees of Gas Monkey, the show was our life for 8 years. And as far as where they are now, you know, some of them have gone on to do bigger and better things. Some of them I don't know and what have you. We all worked really, really hard together, long hours under very stressful environment. So a few of them have taken a break from that. I know that Josh has his own shop up the street, and a few of them moved out to Arizona and what have you. And, you know, that's about it. You know, it's kind of like when you get a divorce, you're kind of just tired of it. And it's like, we'll touch base when we touch base. But I can't thank them enough. At the end there, we had one of the best teams that I've ever seen put together in the automotive world. And we were building cars in 25 days. So get you some of that. Mike D Outdoors, or Mikey D. Do you believe in LS swaps? I believe in LS swaps. Yes, absolutely. I think that they're bulletproof. They're fast. You get a lot of power for the money. And, you know, but I also believe in keeping a Ford in a Ford and things like that. I also believe in diesel and throwing a Cummins motor in it when it needs to be happening. So I'm a fan of swapping anything, you know. I don't know. I didn't mean that like it sounded, but you know what I'm saying. Thanks, Mikey D Outdoors. Who is doing all the mechanical stuff from Pearson X? Pearson X sounds like a spy. Sounds like he's going to like roll up and want a martini. All right, Pearson X. So the mechanical stuff is I've changed my ways and my direction. I really want to see the younger kids get into the trades. You know, whether it's mechanical or electrical or robotics or whatever. So my new lead at the shop here is a guy named Chase. He is a 22-year-old absolute fucking wizard at anything. This guy, I haven't stumped him yet. You know, I've been in the game a long time, and even though I don't usually work on cars, I've got a pretty vast knowledge on everything that goes on here. And I can't beat him. You know, I roll up to him. I'm like, I need this done, and it's no problem. He can do everything from build motors to paint cars to do interior to do wiring to doing fabrication, welding, cutting, you name it. The kid is an overall all-around genius, and we just backed him up with a guy that just started today that's actually 20. So he can't even get into my beer stash, which this is a good idea. I think I'm going to go for under 21-year-olds. He has got some good qualifications, but he's just starting on Monday. His name's Kenneth. And from his resume and from what I've heard about him, he's supposed to be another Chase. And then we have the illustrious, the crazy, and most importantly, old Phipps. So you've seen Phipps all throughout Fast and Loud and Misfit Garage and what have you. And, you know, his family sold the property where his shop was at, and he was bouncing around here in Dallas. And I said, you know what, Phipps, you can come work for me, but you got to work. And that was the one thing I was worried about. But Phipps really is a badass, and he's a hard worker, and he's a pretty kick-ass capable old guy. He's lived within a couple of miles of here his whole life, and so did his dad. They come from a huge automotive background. I'm pretty stoked to have him here. So I've got him doing Phipps things. I call him Phipps things, and I call him Phipps Star because he is the star. So get you some of that. He's washing my Ferrari right now. I'm serious, he is. Hey, Richard, huge fan, and I wanted to get into the classic car game. I'd be more focused on the foreign import classics, though. You know, it's like some early Beamers and stuff. I've imported and sold a 1989 GTR and currently bringing in a 1991 restored Land Rover Defender. I hope it's a 93 or 4. But have any advice for a startup like myself? I get asked this a lot of times. Novu Rich 2021. Novu Rich 2021. Here's my advice, because I do get this question a lot. People wanting to start in the business, and start slow. I mean, I know you're going to have ambitions and you want to be this big, but I always say keep your overhead as small as possible. You can still have big ambitions in a small garage. And because a lot of people, they get excited and they want to get this big garage, and they're going to put in this really cool office, and there's going to be this couch over here where people sit in, and we're going to be in the back with our stereos playing, and we got to have a nice stereo, we got to have big lights, and you don't. What you want to do at first is you want to make money and make a lot of it. And also, number one is set a budget and then cut it in half somehow. Write yourself down a budget of what it's going to take to run your business, and then try to whittle it down in half and start about right there. And then I could keep going. Hire good employees, pay them on time. A lot of shops get started and then money gets tight and they don't pay, or they have to ask them to delay cashing their checks and things like that. Don't do that. Pay your landlord, pay your vendors on time every time. I mean, if you want to get into business for yourself, you got to know that you yourself is the last one in line. You're not going to build a successful business otherwise. That is an entire Q&A session, so we'll leave it there. Nouveau Rich 2021. If money was no object, what would be the ultimate build? From Vazzy. Well, Vazzy, if money was no object, i.e. I have all the money in the world to do whatever I want, I would not be building cars. I would be in a yacht in Saint-Tropez or somewhere off the Majorcan coast or somewhere like that. But if I wanted to get to the meat of your question, the ultimate build, I like messing with really expensive things. I had a lot of fun doing like that Ferrari F40 and what have you. So I would want to take something super massively expensive and then just totally recreate it and mess it up and what have you. I've got a Rolls-Royce rendering that we did where we want to take a brand new Rolls-Royce Phantom and stretch it and cut the roof off of the driver area and close in the back area so that it's like a coach-driven car, like where Rolls-Royce came from back in the day, the 1920s and 30s. And that's about $1 million build. So, money, no object. I don't know. I guess look what Elon Musk is doing. There's money's no objects. He's just sending rockets into space. Maybe I'll do that. How did you meet your hot wife, Katerina? Let me tell you something. My wife is so freaking hot and so fine and so beautiful. And on top of that, she is so nice and so giving and caring and funny and courageous and smoking hot. Did I add that part in? I mean, like literally, we go out, if we're out in Mexico or hitting the beaches or whatever, even the 18, 20, 22-year-old girls are looking at her like, holy cow, that girl is smoking hot. Let's not even talk about the guys whose tongues fall out of their mouth. So my wife is smoking hot, but let's get to how I met her. Actually, I met her through a friend of hers who was at my 50th birthday party. You might remember some of those pictures. They were pretty bitchin'. I had a 5-day bender here at the Gas Monkey Garage with all my friends, and it was massively insane. And so this friend of hers, who I didn't know was there as a date for someone else, comes up and goes, I know the perfect girl for you, blah, blah. And she showed me a picture on the phone. And did I mention my freaking smoking white? All right, so she shows me a picture of this beautiful, smoking hot girl. And I'm like, if that's real, if that's not Photoshop, I'm down. And it still took us about 6 weeks to actually get together because I was still filming and things were busy. And so about 6 weeks later, actually, we just had our 2nd year anniversary from the day we met, May 16th. So we went on a date, and the date went well. The next date went well. The next date went well. And, so here we are. We got married during COVID by ourselves on a little island in Florida. And, she is so smoking hot, so awesome. I do not know. There's one thing that I don't trust about her, and that's her taste in men. Because what is someone like that doing with me? I mean, come on. All right, so there you go. Retro Wanderer 04. I love the people that they make up these names. I wouldn't even want to type that in every time I did something. Why has Miller Lite been my favorite beer? Well, if you were listening earlier, Mike on Facebook or Mike Forlow, they're not anymore. That's why I'm drinking a nondescript beer. I'm looking for a beer sponsor, but the reason is I grew up with Miller Lite. I was actually driving a Miller Lite keg truck at night in the in the nighttime, running kegs to bars while I was in the police academy during the day. So it goes back that far. I've been drinking Miller Lite since, 18, 19 years old. And it works. I mean, I've got a little bit of a beer belly, but I'm not as big as most of my friends. Scott Branham. So anyways, let's see. What's up next, Mr. Millennial Dude? What is going on with the bus in the shop and what's going in it? Okay, so check this out. We have a customer, and we'll get to that later when we unveil it. But we are building this as a big kind of a personnel party carrier thing. It's going to go on a 2021 Chevrolet Cummins, not Cummins. What is it? I don't even know. It's going on a Chevrolet diesel chassis. It's going to be slammed. It's going to be hooked up with some American Force killer rims and wheels and tires. It's going to be super slick, super down low, and going to be an amazing build. It's a large build. As a matter of fact, we're having to order some extra equipment to handle the weight of stuff that we're messing with. But it's going to be killer, and you're going to get to watch it. This will be full build. We're going to be putting out weekly videos or bi-weekly videos or whenever the hell I feel like it, basically. Telling you what's going on, showing you what's happening with it. And I'm pretty stoked because it's, a lot of people do buses, but I think I've got kind of a little bit of a better idea and a little bit more tricks up my sleeve than the average monkey. So there you go. You're going to get to see this one being built. Okay, you're a sneaker addict. I, too, have become a sneaker addict. Big dog 999. Okay, I, too, have become a sneaker addict in my older years. What pair is your favorite? All right, so March 30th was my birthday just a while back, and I got the iced out Jordans that have to come from the trophy room up in New York, and they only made 12,000 pairs, and they're pretty scarce and pretty expensive. As a matter of fact, the guy that I got mine from, or actually my smoking hot wife got them from for my birthday, and she beat out, who is our guy, Zach, plays Ezekiel Ellis on the Cowboys. He won. Ezekiel Elliott, yeah, okay.
Yeah, sports ball.
I'm not a big sports fan. I mean, I like it. I'll watch it, but I'm just there for the party and the cheese dip, man. And before that, I was there for the party and the cheese dip and the chicks. But, now I have a smoking hot wife, so it's just party and cheese dip. Iced out Jordans, limited edition, super kick-ass. They're my favorite pair right now. What do we got? At R.R. Rawlings, you like Laura X Sands. Do I like Motley Crue? Hell yeah, I like Motley Crue. Who doesn't like Motley Crue? I mean, freaking hell. All the hair bands, all the late 80s metal bands, they're all badass. That's what I grew up listening to before then I got turned into rap. But I only like early, late 80s, early 90s rap. It's gotten this mumble rap and this weird shit they're doing now kind of sucks. You don't even know what's happening. They're talking about killing people and doing drugs and everything else, and then they want to know what's wrong with society, so fuck all that shit. Just go back to the 80s and metal band it out. Get crazy. Did I just mess up my hair? All right, so there you go. Air Cooled Jason says, are you going to do a show on a streaming platform? Well, if you're listening a minute ago, I'm a little worried about the streaming platforms as it pertains to reality. And my biggest problem with that is I don't feel that they care about the longevity of the show or the brand. They just want that quick pop. And that's why you see streaming shows go on, and they're on for a couple of seasons or 3, and they're gone because they just want to keep feeding their subscribers with new content. So I'm a little worried about being on a streamer because of that. They're not going to care as soon as they've got this really articulate, calculated, rhythmic chart in front of them, and if it dips just a tad, they're gone, and in comes a new one. So I don't think so. I think I'm going to live in the interwebs, and I think that's where you're going to see a lot more things happen, and that's why I'm saying don't subscribe to all those crazy different subscription models. You don't need it. You can watch anything you want to right here on the web. Whatever happened to the yellow open-wheel car that you bought on season 1 of Fast and Loud, Kenny Davis on Facebook? I don't remember what you're talking about. I kind of remember it because it was kind of looked like an Indy car, but it wasn't. I really don't know the disposition of it. I'm sure we sold it, but I have no idea where it's at or anything like that. So that was almost 10 years ago, Kenny, and I've drank a lot of beer since then. How rich do you got to be to get into the GMG Ring Club, Harry Aaron? Harry Aaron. That would have been fucking rough in high school, wouldn't it? Golly, especially if you didn't have any hair. Then they just ridiculed you into your locker and locked you shut in it. Hairy Aaron. You can't be rich enough to be in the GMG Ring Club. The rings are for people that have that are my personal best friends that have been along this journey with me or have shown an overwhelming love and respect for the brand. It's more of a personal gift that I give to my friends in support of our friendship and them putting up with me probably being a screaming, raining maniac at one point and then, an ultra maniac private jet flying asshole the next minute and then being pissed off at everybody the next minute. So you got to be on the journey. You got to be a part of the club and you can't buy your way in. Well, Elon, you can buy your way in. I will sell you a Gas Monkey ring for $5 million. All right. I got to get another beer. This is crazy. I know what you're thinking. Why's he got to keep that under the table? And what's he really putting in it? Not telling you. This is actually a test beer. Test beer. So off we go. First question. How the hell do you have a beer and some tacos with you? Oh, you want to have a beer and tacos with me, Tony Perry of Facebook? Maybe we got to come up with some kind of game, millennials. What do y'all got? Something that can, let's see, I don't know, some kind of challenge that they could come up with and somebody could win the opportunity to do beer and tacos with me. Y'all.
Maybe they can create up like the competition.
What?
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, if somebody's got a good idea on something I could do, it's hot under these lights. Y'all are killing me. Is this really what it's like doing this kind of stuff? It's crazy. Maybe I'm just sweating because I'm having to sit still. I don't do this very well, as y'all can tell. I'm like moving all around. Beer and tacos with me. You know what? I'd love to say, come on down every Friday. It's beer and taco night, but it's not. So we'll figure it out. Maybe I need to put a taco stand over here, or a pizza stand would be cool. Maybe something like that. All right, cool. We'll work it out. We'll get to you. But if you got a good idea for a competition, let's do it. Oh, here's one we get all the time from DC Madness. Why are your old builds always hanging around? Well, it's called customer service, DC Madness. In other words, if I sell someone a car that I've built and it needs to be serviced, I prefer to do the servicing. And it just so happens that I have sold probably a good handful, maybe 10 or 12 of our builds here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So that's why you'll see from time to time those cars back in here. The Coronet 500 is in here right now getting some paint repair work done. And the 67 Blue Firebird, the last car we built on the show, is in here getting a sniper fuel injection system put on from Holly. Thank you, Holly. Shameless plug. And, so that's what the deal is. It's not some secret conspiracy where we were a fake show and we never sold the cars. We never built them. We did it 175 times. 175 times. I would figure out of that, some of those cars are going to cycle through the shop again. DC Madness. Don't be mad, though.
All right. This next one is a doozy.
Give me the doozy. When are you going to finish the Riviera? Stinde Weaver.
Asked by literally everybody every single day.
Everybody every single day wants to know when I'm going to finish the Riviera. And the answer is I don't know. And I'll give you a little secret that you don't know, and I'll just put it out there. When we had to get the car to SEMA, we were a little bit behind. And the guys, I was out of town filming, and the guys put the car together frame-wise for a different purpose than I was going for. And so it doesn't quite have the stance, and the suspension and all is not hooked up the way that I wanted it to be for the purpose that I wanted. And so it's kind of, I guess it's kind of pissed me off in my head. So it just is kind of sitting there right now. But everything's here. It's there. We'll build it one day. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll rob all the stuff out of it and build something else. I don't know. Or how about this? Stinde Weaver. It's for sale. Come buy it and you finish it. I'll make you a hell of a deal. $75,000 like it sits. So if anybody wants to buy the Riviera and finish it, there you go. Where can I buy the shirts that you always wear? Well, let's see. There's the interwebs, PD Pabs. I'm pretty sure you know what that is since you sent in the question. So gasmonkeygarage.com and go hit the merchandise. It's going to be pretty cool. So you can buy every single thing we make there. Or here at our location, we have a pretty cool little merch shop where said Riviera is sitting. And you can come in and buy it right here. And if I'm around, I'll sign the thing for you or take a picture or what have you. So come by 2330 Merrill Road in Dallas, Texas, where Gas Monkey Garage is located. And you might even get to have, somebody might get to have that beer and tacos with me. Come buy shirts. Let's find out. Fucking hell, guys. Why is it so hot in here? Call Daphne and tell her to turn on the fucking AC or something. Well, that's because she keeps the AC down when we're not working. Tell her to turn on the fucking AC. Okay. What have been some of your fails from over the years? Lewis Rhymes. Let me tell you, anybody who acts like they've never failed is a liar. I have failed so many times I can't even count, but you have to learn from your failures. Let's see, I've had some failed marriages. I've had some I've had some failures in business. Gas Monkey wasn't a one-hit wonder. We struggled a few times. We were dead broke twice. Begging my wife at the time, for some money to keep things going. And then, other business ventures. There's a lot of fails out there, and here's how to not ever fail. Don't ever try. There you go. That's my advice. For what it's worth, Lewis Rhymes.
I'm not sure if you have an answer to this question.
What is your favorite non-alcoholic drink? Z-Bark 14. Next question. What's something that will always be in fashion no matter how much time passes? Stabuka. Golly, I imagine Stabuka being the stage name for some freaking killer stripper that's got one of those big booties. Freaking Stabuka. I'll be throwing dollars at her like crazy. Get it over here and twerk that thing. Throw it in and reel it back. Golly. All right, Stabuka. What's something that will always be in fashion no matter how much time passes? Well, I'm going to throw you out of whack for this one, and I'm going to tell you compassion. Compassion will never go out of style. And if you have your life and you live your life with a little more compassion, you'll be better for it, and therefore you'll be in style. Wow, interesting thoughts of the human mind by Richard Rawlings.
I think that's the nicest thing I think you've ever said.
Fuck you, St. John. Oh, the air came on. Thank gosh. Holy cow. Okay. What's the best, worst practical joke that you've played on someone or that was played on you? Let me think about this. Oh, okay. So one morning, back in my late 20s, we had a group of buddies of ours and some girls too that ride motorcycles on the weekends. We all go out on our Harleys and bar hop and drink beer and stuff like that. Don't do it, kids. And so we were doing stupid things like that. And one morning, one of my buddies, Joey, is calling up everybody at like 3 a.m. Now, remember, this is back in the late 90s. You had impact machines and like cards you go get actual cash money with. And he's calling up everybody trying to find out where he can get $20,000 in cash because Julie, one of the girls that goes to rides with us and whatever, got pulled over and got put in jail and is she was slapping the cops. I mean, it's a pretty elaborate story. She was in for DWI plus resisting arrest and all this kind of stuff. And she was a really pretty girl with really big knockers. And she was a good friend of all of ours. And so he had everybody go into the local convenience stores and getting $200 or $300 or $500, whatever the machine, back then it was real tight because, you could only get 200 or you could only get 500. And he's trying to come up with 20,000. And so everybody's doing all that. And we're supposed to meet at this Waffle House or some, breakfast place to give him the money so he could go bail her out. And we're all there and he never showed. And we realized that it was April Fool's. It was an April Fool's joke. So that was a pretty good one. Hats off to Joey Morrow. He got me on that one. And, since then I've tried to stay away from that because it can get dangerous. What celebrity do you think is the most down-to-earth? Rudy Poot 777. That is not a good stripper name. Okay. Well, in the car world, I think the most awesome motherfucker on the planet is Chip Foose. He always took my call when I was struggling to start Gas Monkey. He had me on his show. He would always answer questions on advice and everything. So Chip Foose is probably the most down to earth badass guy in the car world. And then as far as if we're talking celebrity period, I don't know because I don't know a lot of big time celebrities. So I don't really have an answer for that. So Chip Foose.
Is there someone that you would like to see come here that you have not met yet?
Well, you know what? Let me redo that. Celebrity down to earth. That's me. What you see is what you get. So what did you say? Celebrity I'd like to see come here? Yeah, I like Ryan Reynolds. I think he's funny as hell. I'd like to have him here, and we could get tanked up on some of his aviation gin or whatever and get crazy. And let's see, I'd like to have like Snoop Dogg on here. That'd be cool. Shout out to my boy Snoop. What's happening? And shit, that list could go on and on forever. I want all the celebrities here. What invention doesn't get a lot of love but has greatly improved the world? Jonathan. Oh, what? That's too many consonants and not enough vowels. What's going on? $1 Million Man. Jonathan New York Million. Yeah, something like that. John Anthony. That's one word. I thought. I don't know. He must be from New York. I bet he's from New York. My name's John Anthony. What's up? $1 Million Man. What's the invention doesn't get a lot of love but has greatly improved the world? Well, I don't know. There's so many of them. I mean, you could think of something as stupid as a toothpick. I mean, when you need that toothpick, you fucking love that toothpick and you need it, or a blender, or the microwave, or the popsicle stick. How the fuck would you eat a popsicle without a popsicle stick? I mean, you can't. There's so many inventions that have greatly improved the world. So they're out there. But there you go. I mean, really, how do you eat a fucking popsicle without a popsicle stick? That guy must have been a genius. What mythical creature do you wish actually existed? A. Denton. A.A.I. Denton. I think he's got some AA. What is that? AAHD or something? I don't know. What mythical creature do you wish actually existed? You put this one in here. You're the fucking gamer.
Yeah.
I don't.
This is definitely a dumb question.
Dom approved this one. I don't even know what mythical creatures are.
A liger, a lion, and a top. Wait, no,
Yeah.
I think that's actually real.
Oh.
A Pegasus or a
Pegasus because we're in Dallas.
star.
Pegasus because we're in Dallas. Maybe that would be cool. Or well, let's just get down to it. If I had to have a mythical creature, let's go back to 1986. And maybe even 85, and look at the movie Lady Hawk with Michelle Pfeiffer, where she was so mythical and she turned into a bird during the day and stuff, and she was sexy and she was fucking fine. I mean, that's a mythical creature. Michelle Pfeiffer. Lady Hawk. You millennials probably don't even know anything about that shit. Missing out. I beat off of that movie so many times. What word do you always mispronounce? Narrow. 18. All right, Narrow. You're the brother Narrow. Let's see. I mispronounce a lot of words, and that's probably why you asked the question. And it's not because I'm loaded. It's just because my brain's thinking faster than my mouth can move. So I miss a lot of words, and I don't know which one I always mispronounce.
What's the car brand that Dennis always?
Oh, that Austin. It was Aston. I don't know. Yeah, see, exactly.
Aston Martin?
No, because it was an Aston something else. Austin something else. It was, no, it wasn't a Healy and it wasn't a Martin. It was something else. It was some other weird deal. I remember we bought it from that real super old guy up in Georgia or something.
All right, we got some questions from the YouTube chat.
All right, YouTube chat, bring it on.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Fuck no. Absolutely not. Nowhere near pizza. No fruit on a freaking pizza either. No fruit. No fruit, period. Because pineapple's a vegetable, right? I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
Favorite Fast and Loud build, if you had to pick one?
If I had to pick one, I think that the 2005 or 6 Ford GT, the black one, definitely my favorite. I've been trying to buy it back forever. You want to hear a sad fucking story? The guy that bought it, and he had his person buy a trailer. They put it in the trailer, and he took it home back upstate somewhere and put his trailer into the garage with hundreds of other cars that he owns, and he's never pulled it out. It's never moved. I really need that car, person, whoever you are. I think I reached out once before, but I will buy that car back today in cash.
What is one car that you sold that you wish that you never did?
I think I just answered both questions. I mean, really, I would buy that car back. But another car that I wouldn't mind having back would be the. Oh shit! Now I lost my train of thought. I don't know. We built so many freaking cool cars. I think that was what was cool about Fast and Loud is we built so many different cars. What are you doing? What's going on? People are moving. Why?
Because people can't hear me, so I'm just stepping in here.
Oh. This is the Monkey Trap with Richard Rawlings, not Richard and the Millennial. Fuck you, dude. You just screwed up my whole thing.
That's what I plan to do.
I don't need him to hear it. I was repeating the question.
What got you into cars?
Hold on. I'm pouring mystery beer. What got me into cars really was my dad. My dad worked 3 jobs his whole life. I mean, 3 jobs at a time. He always, went to work early, came home super late. But with the days that he had off, he spent polishing and cleaning whatever he had, whether it's a motorcycle or a car. And it was definitely a POS. I mean, it was a total piece of shit, but it was his. And he liked it. And and he instilled it in me to take care of your things no matter, if they're the best or the worst. They are what you have, and you need to take care of them.
What is one car that you could drive every single day?
Every car.
If you had to choose one car, what is one car that you could drive from right now to the day that you die?
Every car. I mean, why would I choose one? I mean,
you got to choose one. That's the question.
That's impossible.
You can't pick one. Your Mustang. Easy answer. Right there.
Okay. I mean, if I had to, well, what if it rains? I don't want to have to put the lights down to put the top up. No, this is a stupid question. I'm not answering that because I'm not going to narrow myself down to one car. I've got aspirations, man. I want to drive a lot of cars.
So all of our fans out there saw that you helped Austin buy his brand new truck.
That guy was fixing to get his head ripped completely smooth off by another dealership. They were loading him up with every option you don't need, charged him too much interest, charged him too much for the vehicle, not giving him anything on the trade. I mean, he would have probably lost $30,000 on that $40,000 truck.
Okay, so we saw you buy his old truck from him.
We did.
What are we going to do with it? What's the plan?
So we partnered up with our boys over at Rough Country, and we're going to trick that truck out. And I'm building some rails and stuff for it to hold the harnesses and leashes and things for the camera crew. And we're building a roof rack and all kinds of things to hold our stuff because that's going to be our new official camera truck since we're doing all this stuff ourselves now. So I wanted the camera truck itself to have kind of a cool identity and have all the bells and whistles that we need to do some really kick-ass shots and get those driving shots and get the down low and the up high and all that kind of stuff. So basically, it's going to be the Gas Monkey camera truck. GM KR. BCR, but I like KR better.
We'll figure that out. Have you ever personally built a car? Have you ever worked on a car?
Well, those are two different things. Personally, building a car, I would say no. Worked on a car, yes. I know how to work on a car, and I can do general maintenance and troubleshooting and some wiring and some programming and things like that. I love cars, and I love to do them, but I, over time, became the business head of it. So I'm wielding the pen while they're wielding wrenches.
Cool.
I guess a mythical creature could wield something, couldn't it?
Okay. Why do you hate loud fucking mufflers?
I hate loud mufflers because they're stupid. They're usually on some kind of fucking 4-door, slam down, broken, ratchety ass shit, and they're doing it for attention and what have you. If you need a loud muffler like that, then it should actually form a function like opening up the exhaust, or you're going to go racing, or you have a reason to want to get that exhaust out of the engine faster. These things that they're putting on these cars are just stupid. They're annoying. It's just I wish I could like yank their driver's license when I see them.
All right, wrapping up to the last 2 questions.
Last 2 questions. Good.
And they kind of tie in to each other. So best UK car. Car from the UK.
Oh, I thought we were trying to say what car we built from the UK. I was like, fuck, I don't know if we did build one. Right at this point, even though I want to say Ferrari because I'm a Ferrari guy.
That's not from the UK.
The whole UK is like Germany and Italy and...
I don't... I don't think.
Oh, that's EU.
Yeah, I don't think you realize where Italy.
I gotta get a globe. Do they even make cars in the UK?
Oh, look, we actually have a globe. The stuff that you buy over time actually now has a purpose. So
Europe would be the UK.
no, that's not how that works. The UK is where England is, and we're gonna get absolutely destroyed for this.
I don't even fucking care.
The UK is where England is.
Okay, I thought it was like an area of country over there. It's Scotland and England? Sounds like a bad movie.
Should we just switch to best like European car?
European,
then?
I was going to say right now, I think Porsche's leading the charge over in Germany.
But
You're going to say they're not European either?
No, they are in Europe. But like, what is your like a specific car? What is your favorite European car?
I think this was a trick question because the UK doesn't make cars.
Land Rover?
Okay, fine. We'll go with Range Rover because...
Aston Martin.
Okay, fine. We'll go with that. This is a stupid question. Whoever answer that, don't ask me any more questions.
Is Lotus from there too?
I don't know. It's the UK. Nobody pays attention. My best friend Chris left the UK to become a US citizen because it sucks so bad.
I'm sorry.
I know. Don't get me wrong. I love you guys and gals out there that watch us, but I don't know anything about it. I know that they do make, I guess, Range Rover over there because this is no bullshit. I was sitting in traffic, and I look over to my left-hand side. I'm in the back of a car getting taken somewhere. I'm in London, and I go, who in their right freaking mind would put their hood ornament of a stupid dog in the middle of the hood instead of the front of the hood? And I said this out loud. And then I decided to look over there. It was the Queen herself with two Rovers, green, with the dog in the middle of the hoods and with their security team. And she's sitting there with her little bitty hat. And I'm like, holy fuck, that's the Queen of England, man. There you go. Range Rovers in. Answer, Range Rovers.
So now that you've officially pissed off everyone in the UK area.
I can't piss them off for that. I don't know. I just
said the UK sucks.
Well, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, I don't know what they do over there. Sorry. The UK doesn't suck. I mean, I don't know. I bet you they're some of them are agreeing with me. I don't know. I might get more fans for this.
So when are you going to hop across the pond and go to the UK?
You know what? I'll be over there in September. I'm going over for my friend Petrohedonism. He's got a big car event going on, and I think it's like the 18th, 19th of September. And keep watching our feeds. We'll be telling you more about it. And I will be at that show, the Petrohedonism show. Make sure you're there. I'll be there. And I like to party. And we can drink mead or something or whatever, beer. What is that called? A Guinness. Am I messing up my countries again? I have no idea.
You are one cultured person.
I grew up in America, man.
Well, I think that's it for.
All right, get out of my shot. All right, get out of my shot. I know how to wrap up my own show. Jesus. Globe, Europe, UK. This is dumber than dumb. United Kingdom includes Ireland and Liverpool and stuff, it looks like. I don't know. All right, well, for you guys over there in the UK, I'm sorry for my geographical stupidity. So there you go. First Q&A. I think it went pretty good. It's the first time we've done it. Had some fun, answered some pretty cool questions. We're going to do this from time to time, so make sure you're watching the feeds and make sure you're following. Make sure you're subscribing to our YouTube channel. Tell your friends to subscribe. If we can get to 1 million followers, I'm going to do something that'll blow your mind. It'll be absolutely crazy. So that's what we want to do. Anything else, millennials? All right, we'll turn this damn thing off. Done. It's hot in here.